What's going on, everybody? Just going to be coming to you talking a little bit about advertising, how important it is to companies getting their brand out, their product out, and where we see it in our culture. So, get right into it. Advertising is a tool for companies to develop a connection with the consumers. That is a really big part of selling your product, making your company marketable. You want to make your consumers happy. You want to build that relationship with them. You want to build that trust that your product is worthy, and you want them to keep coming back. So that's why building that relationship, that connection is very important because you want to keep people around and you want them to put in a good word for your company, for your product. Um, Four types of advertising that we learn about in the book. The first type is celebrity endorsement. Pretty much we see an athlete, an actor, actress, whatever it may be, endorsing a product, and that's very influential to someone like me. For instance, Mike Trout is my favorite baseball player. He plays on my favorite team, and I play the same position as him. So he's been making cleats for about 6, 7 years now. Every single year, I have worn the Mike Trout cleats. Every single year. The newest edition, I wore them last year. Unfortunately, can't wear them this year, but I've worn them every single year, and it's because that's my favorite player, and I see him wearing them every single time I turn on an Angel game. So next approach is the common folks approach. This is pretty much just basically the average person. You know, they're marketing the average person using their product and really kind of reaching out to the general public saying, everybody can use this. Third is snob appeal. This is kind of people using high-end products, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, YSL, all that stuff. Um, so and last but not least, exploiting fears and insecurities. The book gave a pretty interesting example of this. It was a guy with dandruff, and he's trying to get this girl, but he's worried that he's not going to because he has dandruff. And the marketing slogan is buy the shampoo, get rid of dandruff, get the girl. So it's kind of just exploiting those insecurities that people may have. Moving on to the HIP test, starting off with honesty. Advertising has to be honest by law, but there are ways of twisting the truth or twisting it in a way that makes their company look better. Um, so independence, it is not independent. You should expect a lot of bias when it comes to advertising, just because the company is trying to pitch itself to you to buy its product. So they're going to say whatever they can to make it look like it is the new hottest thing or it's the best thing on the market because they want it to sell. They want it to pop off. They want it to be the best thing. So they are going to say and do whatever they can to market that to the consumer in that way. Um, and then productivity, it's extremely productive. It's a way of persuasion because ultimately, like I said, you're trying to persuade the audience, whatever platform you're advertising on. You want to persuade the audience that your product is the best product, and you're trying to give reasons on why they should buy that product, whether that's through celebrity endorsement, common folks approach, snob appeal, and exploiting fears and insecurities. So, and we look back when you think of advertising, it was billboards over the radio, kind of just word of mouth. Maybe you see magazine clips or articles in magazines advertising a product. Now, the world of advertising has really taken off. Like, one thing I think that's pretty trippy is I'll be talking about something with my friends, like something that I want, like a new Salty Crew hat or something, or a baseball glove, and I'll be scrolling through Instagram, and that ad will pop up. Like, it's pretty crazy. People have their conspiracies that the government's listening through our phone, but it is pretty weird. Like that will just pop up on Snapchat. I know we learned about this, that it's very cheap to run advertisements on Snapchat. You can be clicking through a subscription, clicking through your stories, and then an advertisement pops up. It's like, oh, okay. Or we look at something on social media, like a verified account. They're marketing something on their story, and it says swipe up for more details. that's another form of advertising. So social media has made it really easy, faster, more accessible for advertising for the consumer to get to that product as fast as possible. And that is a big key for advertising companies. You want to get your message out very clear, and you don't want to you want to be short and to the point when you're giving your message to the consumer, because if you go on and you drag along and they have to click 4 or 5 different times to get to your product, they're probably not going to use your product. So social media has made advertising look a lot different than it used to, but yeah, that's the world of advertising. Thank you very much.